Alright guys, this is the French F2 rucksack. Take a plastic sandbag, 32-ounce steel water bottle, steel nesting cup, utensils, extra shirt, fire kit, an extra light, Gorilla Tape, got a bag of tinder, pair of work gloves, folding saw, a box of 22 long rifle, an 8-inch rifle adapter for my single shot 12 gauge, cordage and tent stakes, and a pair of pliers. On the inside of the pack, there's one large internal pocket, some natural cordage, some paracord, 2 rat traps, military space blanket, and 2 military wool blankets. I had my bedroll attached to the bottom with 2 files in it. I'm going to throw them in the fire so I can work them into blades later. Some exercise mat, a second Plash Palatkas. I believe it's Russian for poncho tent, and a large garbage bag. Got some whitetail for dinner tonight. Delicious. I don't know, guys. Eating meat off a stick right beside your campfire. It's pretty awesome. That and it's just really, really good and satisfying to eat some warm food. It's cold. Yeah. My long fire game is getting a little better. I'm really digging the Plash Palatkas. You guys should totally check it out if you're looking for a minimal camping shelter. These things are pretty sweet. And they're not that heavy. So, yeah, cool. I'll see you guys in the morning. It's 10 degrees. So, my sleeping shelter for the last night is 2 Plash Palatkas. They're Russian poncho tents. I've got 2 of them connected together with this cord that is toggled off onto a Rucksack loop on my ridge line, and then I've just got it staked down. All this white stuff, that's all ash for my fire. And if this was anything modern, like I wouldn't have had a tent. But because this is this heavy canvas, the sparks in the fire really weren't an issue. And you can see how close I am to my enclosure. I'm right there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I've got some of the ends like tucked in underneath, and that's adding to my ground layer. And I've got a bedroll made out of a fitness mat, space blanket, 2 wool blankets. So here's the Palatka all put together as a poncho, as a rain jacket. There's just some cordage at the one corner. You pull it tight, it cinches up around your shoulders, and it makes a hood. It's different than the more common contemporary military ponchos, the ripstop, or even the heavier rubberized ponchos. Those are great. I prefer the ripstop in my lightweight kit, but as you saw, like, this thing got blasted by fire and not a hole in it. My space blanket that I use for a shelter sometimes, it got scorched. There's holes all through it that I'll have to make repairs in. So it's a bit of trade-off. You get a little bit heavier package, but it's way more resilient and it's multi-purpose, so it's kind of cool. So part of the importance of having multi-purpose gear is it cuts down on weight. So the poncho, it's rainwear, it's shelter. There's a bunch of other stuff you can do with it that I haven't gotten into. You can use it as a flotation device. It's pretty cool. It's got a neat history. It's been in service with the Russian military since World War II, and it hasn't really changed. They updated some of the hardware on it, but like, it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, so with all the gear that I packed out for last night's excursion, the rucksack with 2 wool blankets and water came out to 28 pounds. Then I threw a little extra gear in my haversack, and it was probably another 10 pounds. And it's just mostly convenience stuff and food. So yeah, I mean, under 40 pounds for my kit, and I mean maybe 40 pounds with the shotgun. I'm carrying a single shot 12 gauge, New England firearms single shot 12 gauge. Not really hunting. There's coyotes. There's I thought I heard a wolf howl last night. It wasn't a coyote. I think these are bobcat tracks. There's might be a bear. It's right there. That's some kind of predator. It's not a dog. And they're out here wandering around. So that's why I carry my single shot 12 gauge. Not that I expect to use it, but it's at times when you don't think about it and you don't bring something that you need it. So I was actually out on a hike earlier this week, and I stopped by this stream and I heard this call. I didn't recognize it at first. Kind of real shrill. And then I heard another one just like it, but it was like 90 degrees like off to my right. And then another one behind me, and then another one to my left. And I was encircled by coyotes. I think I might have been in a den or a feeding ground or near their den. I don't know, but they didn't do anything until I started to speak, and I moved my arms and they went away. But they are no joke. They can take down a 200-pound deer. That's what I weigh. And I didn't have my gun that day. Imagine that. Be prepared for the worst, because you never know what you're gonna get. There's coyote tracks. They're out there. You guys should check out Nature is Metal on Instagram. They'll give you the lowdown on how brutal and hard the natural world can be. They posted a photo a few weeks back of a coyote running a full hindquarter of a deer. That's nuts. Alright guys, I'm about out of the woods. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to do a follow-up video to the Plash Palatkas and go through some different shelter configurations with them. They're really a cool piece of kit. Like, I go through some pretty heavy brush, and I've torn 3 ponchos so far in like the last 6 months, and it's not gonna, I don't see it happening with this thing. So, all right, I hope you're good. You guys stay safe, have fun out in the woods.